Let's do the fourth page, right hand for waltz. We're going to start off with our right hand. The pinky will be on 2 Ds above middle C. It's accented, it's a dotted quarter, followed by an 8th note and a quarter note. So 5-finger D, thumb on E sharp, which is F, then 2-finger F sharp. Second measure is a bunch of 8th notes, thumb E sharp, 2-finger F sharp, 3-finger G sharp, 4-finger A, cross your thumb up to B, 2-finger C. Next we're going to do some staccato quarter notes. Every other quarter note is accented, starting with the first one. 3-finger C sharp above middle C, then 5-finger G sharp above that, 2-finger C, then we go on to the next measure, 5-finger G sharp, 1-finger B accented, then 5-finger G sharp, then 1-finger A sharp, and then 5-finger back to the G sharp. The whole line sounds like this. Second line, we're going to start with our 3-finger on the 2 E's above middle C. It's going to have a dotted quarter, 8th note quarter rhythm. So 3-finger on the E, 2-finger D, thumb on C. Next measure has an 8th rest to begin, so the left hand will come in first when we get to that point. Then we have a 3-finger on E again, but this time it's an 8th note, dotted quarter, 8th note rhythm. So 3-finger E, 2-finger D on the dotted quarter, thumb on C for the last 8th note. Then we repeat what we did the first measure of the line. 3-finger E, dotted quarter, 2-finger D, 8th note, thumb on C for the quarter note. Then we repeat what we did the second measure. 8th rest, and then 3-finger E for the 8th note, 2-finger D for the dotted quarter, thumb on C for the final 8th note. Then we're going to do 3-finger E, quarter note, legato. Then we're going to do 2 staccato quarter notes. 2-finger C sharp, and then you can use your 2-finger again or your thumb on C for the second dotted quarter note. This whole line sounds like this. Then the third line, we're going to continue the dotted quarter notes. You'll cross your 3-finger over to B, down, and play a staccato quarter note, then 2-finger G sharp, thumb, G. Now we're going to play a chord. We're going to go ahead and kind of cross our 2-finger over, our thumb, down. The 2-finger will play E, well, thumb will play E, and the 2-finger will play F sharp. This is a dotted half note, so it gets held for the whole measure. Well, the left hand does some stuff. Next measure will be thumb still on E, 3-finger on G above that, dotted half note held for the whole measure. Then we're going to change. The fourth measure will have the thumb on D sharp and the 3-finger on G. Also a dotted half note. Then one more change, still the thumb on D sharp, but the 4-finger on G sharp, dotted half note. Now the final measure of the line, we'll start with the E and G sharp chord, quarter note chord. You can play that with your thumb and your 2-finger, followed by 2 staccato quarter notes, 5-finger on C sharp above, then 4-finger C. Then that's the end of the line, and the whole line sounds like this. Now for the fourth line, we're going to continue the dotted quarter notes. 3-finger B, 2-finger G sharp, 1-finger G. Second measure is going to be a legato quarter note chord. kind of cross your forefinger over to F, and then the 2 finger on D flat below that, followed by 2 staccato quarter notes, 3 finger E, 2 finger D. It's going to continue down in the next measure, thumb on middle C, cross your forefinger over to B, 3 finger B flat, then 2 finger G sharp, thumb G, cross your 2 finger down to E. Then the left hand plays only for the next measure. And then for the last measure of the line, your right hand is going to do a chord. It will have its thumb on G sharp below middle C and the 5 finger on E. And this is a dotted half note, gets held for the whole measure. So the whole line sounds like this. Left hand plays, then the chord. Now the last line, we're going to have chords. Nothing but chords. We're going to move our hand down a skip. We're going to have our thumb on F below middle C. And we're going to have either our 4 finger or our 5 finger, whichever works best for you, on the D flat above that. That gets held. It's a dotted half note tied to a dotted half note, so it gets held for 6 counts. Then we repeat the chord for another 3 counts. Then we switch to 2 finger on G sharp below middle C, and you can put your 3 finger on the B above that. And this is dotted half notes tied to dotted half notes, tied to dotted half notes, tied to a dotted half note, tied to a quarter note. And it's the last chord of the piece. So you basically hold it till you're done, or for 13 counts if you want to be technical. And that is the right hand for the 4th page.